This video is about how to install an LED headlight for your 2008 or newer Yamaha XT250 using the adapter bracket, which I sell on eBay and Etsy. I'll put those links in the description below. So there's really two benefits to using this bracket over any other options. First off, you're going to be able to choose the style of headlight yourself instead of being constrained to whatever style that's sold in another kit. And second, you can have the whole LED headlight conversion done for about $60 instead of $150 or more. The bracket itself is made from carbon fiber reinforced polycarbonate. It is 3D printed, but it's designed in a way to hold up to off-road conditions and dumping your bike without breaking. I stand behind that, so I even have a lifetime warranty on all my 3D printed parts, including this bracket. So you're going to want to go to eBay and you're going to need to buy your headlight separate from the adapter, and you can scroll through and see all these different styles, a lot for different motorcycles. So you can type in for 5 3/4 or 5.75. You'll see a lot of variety. Like here's one that integrates turn signals. Some have daytime running lights, so it's just totally up to you which style you want to get. The first thing you're going to want to do is get a Phillips screwdriver. Remove the 4 Phillips tapered bolts that come with the kit. Set them aside, and you're going to separate the two halves of the bracket. Locate this alignment notch, and then find where it is right here on the light. That's just going to slide right in there, and that's going to make sure that up is up and down is down. So you're just going to fit in that notch. It might have a little bit of play, but before you tighten it all up, you're going to be able to align it and kind of center your light. So now you can put the front half, put it right on top, and then put the screws back in. In case you lose any of these screws, they're M4 by 25. M4 by 20 will work as well. You can get them at any Ace Hardware, and they are tapered to have a flat top, so they're flush. And then take your Phillips screwdriver and get them started, but don't go too tight. What you're going to want to do here is get them started enough that it's snug, but loose enough that you're going to be able to center the headlight. It's made with a little bit of extra room around the edges of both brackets, and this is because not all headlights from all manufacturers are made equal. So you're going to have a little bit of slop, but as you tighten them down, you're going to be able to clamp it tight enough that it's not going to shift around after it's been installed. So once you get it, you kind of fill the gaps and see, okay, maybe it's not 100% centered. You can loosen whichever screws you need, probably all of them to just a little bit, and then you can use your fingers to center it a little bit more, and then you can tighten it back down. Then you can take it back to the bike and start with the install after the fitment is right where you want it. So now that we're at the bike, you're going to want to start with metric Allen wrenches. There's 2 different sizes. The larger one is for the 2 bolts that are holding on the plastic cowl headlight fairing. It's just the 2 screws on the sides, and they have a little collar that comes with them. Careful not to lose the collar. This headlight is a 5 3/4 inch headlight, round headlight. A lot of different cars, I think some Jeeps, and a lot of motorcycles use these lights, and so you're just going to want to make sure it's 5 3/4. Sometimes online it will be 5.75 is what they call it, or 5 3/4. But most of them should fit with this bracket, if not all of them. Obviously I haven't tested every single one out there, but we made it with enough variance to fit into this bracket, even if the sizes are a little bit off. So the next thing you want to do is remove these 3 smaller Allen bolts, one on each side and then one on the bottom in the center. This is going to remove the headlight and the headlight frame. This is where you used to, from the factory, could do all the alignment of the headlight, adjustment up and down. You don't need any of this headlight or frame or the rubber or the foam, all you gotta do is unplug this light and you're done with this for now. You can sell it or keep it on the side, whatever. So now grab your new light, and you're going to notice that on the back, some of the headlights are going to have extra wires. Those are for daytime running lights. On this one, I want to use the red wire, and so I've created a little jumper wire here that will connect from that red wire into the green wire on the factory harness on the bike, and that's going to have just so my daytime running light's always on. It's a little halo ring around the side. Along the edges of this light. Not all headlights are going to have this. It just depends which one you buy. So I'm going to go ahead and crimp on this T-tap that we'll be using to piggyback off of the wire. Once again, you might not have to do this. I don't include these parts in the kit, but you can just get these at any O'Reilly's if you want to, or you could solder it. Probably a little bit of a better connection with soldering, but I like these T-taps just for the ease of it. Okay, so I'm just going to plug this daytime running light in, then just plug the light in to the factory socket, and you're ready to start the bolting it back in. So you can just sit it here. I would start with the side bolts first, because they'll align the center bolt. So just get them started by hand at this point. We're going to want to do an adjustment, so just hold off on tightening them, but at least get them started. And you can kind of see the adjustment here. Then go ahead and put your bottom one on. It should be pretty easy since the side tabs are centering it. This one you can tighten down all the way. So they've got these two screws on the side. They're not tight, and that's so we can wiggle this guy forward and backwards to get an adjustment up and down. So if you need to adjust at all, you can just loosen these screws lightly on the side, and you can see that the angle of these adjustment slots allow it to angle up and down. Kind of somewhere in the center is going to be where you're going to want to be, but I would wait till it gets dark, park against maybe a garage door or something, and align it. Once you've got it where you want it, you can crank down those Allen screws. And then we'll put the cowl back on. Has little retaining tabs on the side of the fender. You just want to make sure those snap in. They should feel pretty snug. And then here's your larger screws with the collar. See that collar that slides on there? Make sure you have those, or else it's going to be sloppy. It's not going to fit nice and snug. Get these started, and then you can just go ahead and cinch them down all the way. Now that we've got it on, we can go ahead and start it up, make sure it works. And it does. There's with the high beams.